3 boxing here with the undefeated 10-0 Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. It's an honor to finally get to meet you, get to talk to you. Welcome to Fort Worth, y'all. He's from Austin. How you liking it down here in Fort Worth?
So far I haven't got to experience anything. I just been in a hotel room and in the sauna. But you know, after I decided to stay like 3 days after the fight and just try to experience something new, get out of San Antonio a little bit. Who knows? I might move here.
I got a comment on the Jordans too. Those are pretty fresh. When did you get those? Where did those come?
Actually,
the well-dressed Kid Austin.
Somebody got them for me. It was just a gift. Like every time I fight, somebody brings me a pair of sneakers. I'm like, okay, thank you. But actually, they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite.
What are your favorite Jordans?
Probably the 11s.
11s?
Yeah.
The Breads?
Yeah, no.
No?
The cool grays.
Okay. The cool grays. Yeah.
I haven't touched them.
So I want to talk to you. There's a lot. I talked to Davies, your management team, and I asked him, how far do you think Schofield can go? I mean, do you think he could be a world champion? He rolled his eyes at me. He said he could be one of the best ever. I talked to Barrios. He bragged about your speed, former world champion Mario Barrios. What's it like to have that kind of hype and that kind of attention behind you, and that those kind of expectations?
One, it's a good feeling because people actually believe in you, and people they're starting to see all the years that you went through, the amateurs and all the hard work. It's actually starting to pay off. So now, just because I always knew it would come. So now seeing it is just like it's here. And Mario Barrios, he's in the gym every day, and for him to like I never knew he actually commented about me. It actually makes me feel pretty good. A world champion actually sees potential in me and likes my speed. So it's an amazing feeling.
A lot of people see potential in you. And you're from Austin, right? There's been a ton of good fighters from Dallas. There's been a ton of good fighters from San Antonio. There's been good fighters from Austin. But I don't know if any of us gotten to a world title. You've gotten close. James Kirkland, Curtis Colvin. There's been good fighters from there. But what would it be like to be the first world champion from Austin?
I don't know, because I think it would be so unreal. Like it would take probably a week to process the feeling most likely. But I'm just waiting on that moment, and just to become like a superstar just in your own hometown. Like that's like one of my biggest dreams. Fill up the UT Stadium. That's also a goal to fight there. So I'm just waiting on that world title shot. Hopefully it comes within the next year and a half. I just want to represent Austin and San Antonio. Those are both my homes. So it's going to be a great feeling.
So in your last fight, you took care of the Fort Worth Wolf, Tony Lopez. Good fighter. Pretty good step-up fight, right? He's been in rough. Now you're in Fort Worth. Now you got to show those Fort Worth fans firsthand what you can do. Talk to me about the Lopez fight and just talk us through that fight.
That Lopez fight was actually like, I wouldn't say it was probably one of my toughest fights to date. It wasn't tough, but it was like you had to dig deep a little bit.
Yeah.
I had some problems. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I had problems going on in that training camp. For instance, women and whatnot. So mine was not in the right place. So I went into the ring, because I still had to fight and had a job to do. So I give full on credit to Tony. He's a tough dude. Like I hit him in his face so many times, and then he has like a weird but effective style. If you know what I mean? Like he's sneaky. Like he can sneak in some pretty good shots. I would like to give a shout out to him, but that was probably one of my best fights to date. Probably not one of my, it's probably better than some of the sparring partners I've been in there. Not gonna say any names, but he was pretty nice, and I appreciate him and his team for taking the fight, especially on short notice. And all credit to him, and I wish him luck on his next fight. But yeah, that was an interesting fight. I'm not even gonna lie, very interesting.
So we're here now in Fort Worth, Golden Boy card, big opportunity for you. What's it like to be fighting on this card this early in your career? You got Virgil in the main event. What's it like to be a part of this card?
It's an amazing feeling. Like my dreams are starting to come true. Like just about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I only had 2,000 followers. I was fighting on
Fighting a couple hundred people.
Cards that didn't have any big names or no crowd. COVID was going on. And like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, you feel like giving up, but to actually be here now and about to sit on stage and do a little press conference, like that means the world to me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And right now, like Fort Worth, as of right now, the people here are amazing. They treat me well, so I'm just ready to give a good performance and just put my name out there. Let everybody know who Kid Austin is.
You got a lot of eyes on you. You're fighting a rugged veteran who's expected, to give you rounds, to offer solid opposition, and the people really want to see what Floyd Schofield is all about, what those skills are all about.
Yeah.
I have to ask you. There's internet rumors. What's true? What's not? Your sparring session with Devin Haney. I got to ask you about it. How did that go?
That sparring session, it was a great sparring session. I learned a lot about myself. Actually, if it wasn't for that sparring session, I probably wouldn't have the confidence I have now. Just being in the world champion. And I know where you're gonna get to next. Yes, I did, hurt Devin, but like people say, it's boxing and sparring. Anything could happen. That punch could have been on me for all we know. But I'm not gonna lie, that punch really gave me all the confidence in the world.
He's undisputed. All the belts,
Yes.
pound for pound guy, and to be able to not just stand in and exchange with him, but be able to hurt him. That's gotta really help your confidence. Moving up to that next level.
Yeah, like it was just an amazing feeling. Like even when I went to the corner, like getting ready for the next round, I'm like, Dad, did you see that? He's like, yeah, I seen it. Just stay focused. But a lot of people, I get a lot of haters. They saying, oh, well, he probably was just having a bad day, or oh, that didn't really happen. But like at the end of the day, like I say, they have the footage. Y'all put me on a lie detector test. It is what it is. It's boxing. Stuff happens. Not taking anything away from him. He's a great fighter. He wouldn't be a great fighter if he wasn't undisputed. And he won the fight with a jab. Come on now. So I give all credit to Devin, and I thank him, because without him, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. Getting the knockouts I'm getting, or just being able to show my abilities. Because without confidence, you won't be able to do anything in the ring.
So you're 10-0. You got a live opponent in front of you, a rugged opponent in front of you with 40 fights or so. We don't look past any opponent, but moving forward, assuming that you do win and you look, as everyone expects, you look sensational. What do you want next? What do you want later in the year? And ultimately, when do you want to be fighting those elite fighters at 135? Because there's a ton of them.
You see, early next year, I want to fight, Brian if I can, Frank Martin. I want to fight, everybody who's in the weight class. Because you can't, like my dad always says, you're the greatest fighter of all time. I believe it. This is something we've been doing since I was little. But you can't be great without fighting the great. So all these, these are step-up fighters right now. Not disrespecting them, but to be honest, they're not on my caliber. So I'm training and getting prepared. I'm training and getting prepared for these guys. Because like you say, you can't look past them. But I'm really training for the guys on that top level. Because you can't just expect to slack and whatnot because you're fighting low-level fighters, and when you actually get to that top level, you're not used to pushing your body to those limits or having hard sparring sessions. So you get there, and you end up getting stopped by them. So right now, we're just training. You fight the big names. Devontae Davis. My dad always says he wants me to wait 3 years before I fight him, but I want it now because I know what I can do at the end of the day, and I know what I sacrifice and how disciplined I am. And my dad always taught me boxing gives you what you give it, and when you give it everything, it's gonna give you everything. So I'm ready for those.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
That's a lot of wisdom for a 19-year-old right there. That's a lot of wisdom for a 19-year-old. What can we expect? Like I said, Barrios brags about your speed, your management company brags about your power. What can we expect you? How would you describe your style in the ring for those who haven't seen you yet?
It's tricky because at the end of the day, people always think I'm one-dimensional fighter, just going in there and getting a knockout. But if I see the knockouts there, what am I supposed to do? But if it comes down to slugging, brawling, any of that, I'm ready for it. I don't want my dad to hear this, but I love being a slugger. I love just brawling.
He loves to fight. He loves to fight.
My dad's always box smart, because at the end of the day, longevity is the most important thing. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not there mentally, then all that money, it doesn't matter. If you can't remember your kid's name, none of that matters. So I'm on, put on a show, but a smart show. But I plan to get the knockout in the second round.
Second round knockout? Looking forward to it. Kid Austin, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
At Kid_Austin1 on Instagram, and Floyd Schofield III on Facebook.
God bless, champ. Thank you for your time.